Alright, what is going on, everybody? Captain here with some more Alliance War gameplay, coming in against Small Target and Big Wish, and we are of course 2 Loki, and this is Tier 1 Alliance War. I've been trying to get these out for a while. You can see my team is Vision, Iceman, and Blade. This first node is Electro against a unblockable 2 node. He's biased towards special 2. That's really the only thing I got to worry about, and I don't really struggle with his. And so going in here, I think I get a parry, and all of a sudden, like, what happened there? Let's rewind that. Like, how did this parry? How's this not a parry? Put in slow-mo, boom. Even he gets the bleed, and so I thought it was going to be parry, so I went in, and he just smacks me around a little bit. So that was kind of a rough start for this Alliance War, but luckily I turn it around here, and I take him down. Of course, I mess up on the special 1 evade as well. I don't know why I tried to evade it. I should have just taken the hit and regened it up. But anyways, we get him down here with the special 2. You can see his health just drops so fast when I string together a good combo against him. But yeah, kind of a rough start. Anyways, moving on to the next fight, we've got Rogue, and this one is nothing really crazy special about this node. It's a poison node, which obviously doesn't affect her. Plagued, attacked, power is drained every 30 seconds. Kind of the only thing you really got to keep an eye on. And then, so we're going to go in with Blade. Even though we have the class disadvantage, I'm not scared of her with Blade. You can see she's running suicides as well, so that helps me. And oh, this does have Limber as well. I forgot to mention that, so that's why I didn't go in there. I kind of expected this stun to not last that long, but it lasts a little bit longer than I expected. But anyways, with Blade, you can see her health is already going down quite a bit. I wanted to regen a little bit at a time as well. And you can see my special is about to drain here in a couple seconds. So I'm going to get off my special 1, I think, or maybe I don't, maybe special 2. Yeah, right here, right before it expires to finish her off. And nope, didn't really have any issues even with the class disadvantage there against Rogue. So moving on, I take the outer right path, if you haven't noticed, and I take that all the way through the end. And so this next one is a bleed immune, special 1 lock, and a limber, and what else is on there? Yeah, I think that's really about it. So just gotta, you know, of course I'm gonna go into Blade again because she's a dimensional being, so I get that danger sense activated now. So you'll see Limbo doesn't proc there. It could have been chance, but also could have been in fact Blade was preventing it. But there she is popping up with the immune. But you can see how fast. We're running like 15 seconds into the fight, and she's pretty much almost dead. You see the Limber activates there. I did take a little bit of chip damage, but the fight's done. That was less than 30 seconds. That magic wasn't even a problem. We do have another magic fight coming up in a minute, though, that was a pretty good one too. Next, we've got Hyperion coming up, and I wanted to go in with Iceman because I was going to tank the special 3s with him. He's got Power Leak, Power Drain on a special 3, and what was that last one? I don't remember what the one on the bottom was there, but basically I just wanted to, you know, make sure I had Ice Armor up, and that way if I push him to a special 3, it wouldn't be an issue. And you'll notice it works out the first time. I do some good damage here. I get some of the cold snap. I detonate the frostbites there, and then I push him to the special 3. I've got the ice armor up, no problem, and boom, doesn't like do any damage. It's like the 5%, I believe, is what it is. But then all of a sudden I come out of it and my blocking breaks. Like, I don't know what happened there. I was holding block and all of a sudden he broke through my block. And then I mistimed my dash forward there. Like, I was like half a second too late. And then so here there's a special 2, and at this point I'm like, I have to play perfectly. Do another special 1. I see all those frostbites. I want to detonate those. I get him to a special 3, thinking I'm just going to tank the special 3 here. But then it was, yeah, that wasn't pretty. So that Iceman fight didn't go quite as planned. I still got him about halfway down, so it wasn't too bad. So we're going to go in with Blade to the rescue here. About half health with Blade, but it shouldn't be an issue. Thinking I might be able to regen a little bit here against him. And again, Blade, he's just such a great champion. I love using him. I wish I had 2 of him, and I'd bring him for Alliance Quest and Alliance War, and I wouldn't have to decide. But I'm not as lucky. Hyperion is really friendly here with his special 1s. Just very nice of him to keep throwing those. at his own will. Then he uses his special 2 here. Power drain you see happen there, but it didn't really matter. I was able to regen more health than I lost in that fight, so that was a perfect fight for Blade. And then moving on to the next one, this is pretty much the toughest node on my entire path. About the last 4 or 5 wars I have ran into a classic Spider-Man on here. You can see it's a bleed node, a special 1 unblockable, and spite. Spite, if you're not familiar with it, is if I have an active buff on me, then the enemy gets a power flood. So you'll notice right there I have a dexterity and he's got power flood until I hit him. So with this fight, when I first saw Spider-Man here, I was thinking, oh, Iceman will be a great option. This was a few wars back, because I'm thinking I'll prevent him from the evade. But what I kept running into was that unblockable special 2, which I'm really not good at evading Spider-Man's special 2. So you'll notice I switched it up and I've started to bring Vision against him here. Which I think is probably the best option in this fight, unless you're really good at evading that Spider-Man special 1, because it is unblockable like I said, and it is just a pain if you don't know the timing down. If you can't nail it every time, he's not very forgiving in this fight. So you'll see with Vision here, I kind of do a short combo and then spam my special 1 as much as possible to keep him below that special 1. And it works out pretty well. So far I have not gotten a solo kill with Vision in this fight, but I think last war I almost did, and this war was a pretty good one. A little bit of a spoiler, I guess. I'm about to die, but I'm starting to get the hang of this fight. Like I said, it's a tough fight, and I mean, yeah, like, it's just Vision is probably the best option. If anyone else has any other suggestions that I should try out, my ears are open. Let me know. And but right now, Vision is the way, and it's going along pretty well. The more and more I do this fight, it's gotten a little easier each time. So he's a little bit below half health at this point, and I don't remember how I die here, but I know I die in a second. So I think I get a little evade there. And took some block damage. I think, yeah, he evades that one, and I think he uses the special 1 here. Yeah, right there. There it is. He uses the special 1, and I am down. So next up, only guy I have left at this point is Blade. So we're going to go in with Blade. It is a bleed immune path, so I do have to keep that in mind. But Blade, I will be able to counter that with a little bit of regen. And of course his bleeds, I'm relying on them to do a lot of damage here. Get a parry, nicely timed there. And I didn't want to push him to the special 1. I'm trying to do like 4 in and then dash out. He evades there, but luckily this time I finally get the evade down. It's definitely easy to evade if you're if you're further away. And you can see those bleeds right there just ticking away at him, and he pushed him to the special 1. I was just hitting him into the block, hoping that those bleeds would kill him, and they did. So that was pretty awesome. And moving on to pretty much my final fight here, I waited a little bit out. I went to bed and then woke up in the morning to see that they needed my help on the magic mini boss coming up here. So I go in here with Blade, of course, because he's the only one I have left. And excuse me, I do throw a potion into him just to give him a little bit of health. On this node, she has health recovery and strike back. So every time she gets hit with a special, she gains a bar of power. So that's something I do need to pay attention to in this fight. But again, I do have the danger sense ability active for this fight, since she is a dimensional being, and you'll see it come into play a couple times here. So it's pretty sweet. She does have Mystic Dispersion as well. Another thing to pay attention to always with magic. You see there the Limbo is active. She doesn't get the regen, and I didn't take any damage there. It's kind of interesting to see how the Limbo works. Sometimes I'll take the damage, and sometimes she won't regen, or sometimes it'll be the other way around, or sometimes none of it will happen. So here you can see I did take a little bit of damage from the Limbo on that one. But again, you can just see how quickly, I'm 30 seconds into the fight, and she was practically a full health magic. And it was a mini boss, and she's already dead like 40 seconds into the fight with Blade. He is just so fun, guys. I am so happy that I got him. I love him so much. And then finally, we've got the magic final boss. Had to wait a little bit for that last node to come down. So I'm like, alright, time to keep it going with Blade. He's carried me through this entire Alliance war. Figured, why not go in again against the mini boss, against the final boss. The only thing to really pay attention to is she is stun immune, so I have to keep an eye on that. So I try to, she kind of backs up at the beginning. I dash forward here, she dashes back, and well, yeah, that one didn't go as planned. So I didn't get to take down the final boss like I was hoping I would. Alright, so you probably want to know how the war ended now, so we're going over to the Alliance War, go over to history. You can see right there, the first one, we won 164 to 103. We got all 3 boss clears, they got only 1. We had 94% explore, they only got 73. Defender rating, we were above them. Diversity, in Tier 1, most war alliances aren't really doing the diversity thing anymore, as you probably noticed from those fights. And then defender kills, they had a lot more defender kills than us, but you know, it doesn't really matter. But here's the big thing, MVP, you can see right there, I took in the 3rd spot, and this is my 2nd MVP I've had since they added this feature into the game, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, guys, there you go. That is how this war turned out. And if you guys want to see more Alliance War videos, let me know down in the comments. I'm trying to record these as much as possible. I just kind of forget to sometimes, and I think of it halfway through a war. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.